So I guess let's start with 2008 and kind of the significance of behind this. Yeah.
Okay. 2008, I got a breast cancer diagnosis, and all life comes to a screeching halt, and we just dealt with it. I had an 18-month-old and a 4-year-old, and you still have to grocery shop, and you still have to take care of life and deal with this diagnosis. And a couple years later, I wrote a script, but it didn't have that in it. It was kind of about a family and, daily life, and didn't have that in it. And my husband was like, And so after that script was written before the diagnosis. And so after we got through this and I got cleared and we were out of the woods and it wasn't like I'm dying anymore, my husband said, you need to put that in this script, in this particular script. And so at that time I met, and Colette and I just totally bonded. And I said, you have to help me, put this in and do this. And it just kind of took off from there.
When did you guys filmed some of your process though, like going to the doctors and stuff?
So, because I went to NYU Film School. My husband's an actor. We met in an acting class. It's always on our radar, but we were raising a family and had, day jobs. So, but as soon as I got the diagnosis, your instinct is to do anything that will empower yourself. And I was like, well, let's just film it. Film everything in case, we can turn it into some advocacy, or in case we can, document this or show this or help somehow with this. But after we survived, we're like, okay, and on with life. It just kind of sat on a shelf. So with Colette's help, we helped integrate it into this fictionalized family's account. So it worked well.
Colette, I asked you this yesterday on the red carpet, but how did you get attached to this? And then what was it that attracted you to this specific story?
Brooke's writing. I think, Brooke could write about a phone book and I would be interested. She finds charm and humor in everything, and she finds sick in the ordinary. So, when I read her script for the first time, I was excited because I hadn't necessarily seen or heard a voice like this before. And so many people, all they do is mimic and copy others as they're trying to find their own voice. Brooke's voice was so specific from the get-go. It was loud and exciting, and I knew I had to be a part of it.
Was it scary to do something that is so personal and has so much of the family involved?
Terrifying. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. So let's tick off the horrible resume items. First-time directors, married couple, no budget, working with kids, working with dogs, and working in our own house. Everybody should have run screaming from this. And I think because of, our producers, who are the greatest in the whole world, Jennifer Weberly and Jen Prince, they're also personal friends, but we had a core crew that was so down for it and so invested in the personality of the picture that it just expanded from there. And no one ever questioned this craziness. We're asking our kids, who are untested at that point, to act. And big, if you see the film, we're asking them to do huge things. And everybody was like, yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, we'll do it. And they killed it. They crushed it. But on paper, it looks like a horrible idea.
And then you also you have a female DP, if I'm not mistaken. South African too? My parents are South African, so I get really connected.
Her family's from South Africa, but she's from San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. She's got it in her blood, though. Savannah Block. She has the opening. She directed the opening film to this festival, and then there was Eve. So we were very proud of her. We're very proud of all
Can
her
you talk
genesis.
about the crazy connections? It must be fun to kind of be at a festival that you're everywhere. You're opening and closing.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. This is the Colette Freedman Festival.
So silly.
No,
Yeah.
it's really, I'm most proud of Jen Prince and Jennifer Weberly because they really were, the
backbone.
they were the backbone behind both films and really made these films work. We were, the creative geniuses behind them. But it's an honor because, again, I think both films are so inclusive and celebrate female voices and male voices, but they're good, strong films which need to get seen, and Justina saw that in both films, and they just happen to be from the same group of filmmakers, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Can you talk about, Justina said this, and I brought up on the red carpet, she hopes this festival becomes obsolete, and we don't ever have to have a women's festival. But
Special highlight. Yeah.
But because it is here, what does it mean to you to be a part of it? Like, not just empowering, but it's the second one. You guys are pushing this further along, basically. You're kind of the advocacy group for it. It's kind of crazy. You're the next few years, hopefully, because of what we're seeing now. I don't know if that was a question
No,
or not.
I totally
well
read
said.
where you're going. I totally read where. You know what? Like Justina, like I would like to just. It's great. We always want to support women. We always want to further the cause, but at the same time, we also don't want to be women writers. We just want to be writers who are crushing it. We want our script to be a great script because it's a great script, not because, a great script from two women writers. We'd rather, we would love to play in the big pool, but until we level the pond and the pool, we have to advocate. We have to advocate for diversity and female crews and female films and female, run projects, starring, strong female women. I'm on the fence. I'm not really answering. I would love for it to not be an issue, just like Justina said. I would love for it to. We don't have to have these. We could just have, Justina and John's Texas Movie Film Festival, with whatever they want, because it's an equal playing field. But there's got to be a little, a little door shaking, a little, rattling of the glass ceiling to get there. So if we're helping contribute to that, awesome. We always want to. I also want my daughter to see that I'm just going in and making movies and not like a girl. I'm just making movies like a kick-ass filmmaker.
You guys have had a fun, not just this festival, but have been to other fun festivals, in particular one that's in the middle of the country. Can you talk about your festival run so far?
We have loved our festival run, and it's mostly because of the people. We just came off Bentonville, which surprised us. We're in the middle of a complicated red, blue, purple state, and
very much so.
Very much so. Walmart. It's all sponsored by Walmart. They did one hell of a job. I don't think I've ever felt more welcome as a filmmaker. They were so inclusive and promoted. It wasn't just about selling your film, which is always nice. Everyone wants distribution. We want the world to see our film, but it was about celebrating filmmakers and the art. And we met so many great filmmakers who, we're in touch with on social media, and one's actually coming here tonight from Bentonville to see Quality Problems. So, we did CineQuest, which we loved. There have been some great festivals.
We were over at Woods Hole. It's excellent. We're going to Hell's Half Mile in Bay City, Michigan. So we're having a great time. And here at the Women's Texas Film Festival, it's similar to Bentonville. I want to say as in we walk in and we know it's like when you go to a friendly bar or you come home from a vacation or somewhere, you're in a friendly joint. You know what I mean? You're among friends. And there's something that, like, same thing with showing up here. We knew that it was just by the nature of it being, you know, a female highlight film festival. We're preaching to the choir, but we're also, you know, helping the choir, you know, get up to run the main office, kind of thing. So
That's a good metaphor. Yeah,
Really,
you're stealing the metaphor.
I didn't know what was going to happen with it. I just kept talking.
Well, I've got to ask. Obviously, you guys are in the festival circuit. Y'all should do like a comedy duo thing. Y'all are obviously in the festival circuit, but where can we find out more information about quality problems, quality programs, problems? I keep, but also about you guys and what's up next for you guys. Can you share anything about the ideas that are coming up?
Yes, we can. We co-wrote a great script called The Last Bookstore, which is a dystopian story about kids who have to, in the near future, have to battle very difficult elements to find a book to save their mom's life, and we turned it into a young adult book too. So the film has actually won grand prize at 4 contests and has been a finalist at a bunch more, and it's just going out to publishers now as a YA book. So we're very excited about The Last Bookstore. We're writing a film right now at that table over there, which we're planning to shoot in San Antonio next summer. So coming back to Texas, called Miles Underwater, a coming-of-age story about a boy. And you can find us on qualityproblems.com. We have a website, Instagram. Both Brooke Purdy and I have our own Facebook, Instagram, and all that. But you can always find us through Quality Problems.
Film.com.
Website, film.com. Facebook and Instagram are Quality Problems.
And the website is qualityproblemsfilm.com.
Yeah. .com.
And the comedy duo continues.